Hello and welcome to Mr. Ridley's Design and Technology. In this clip we're going to look at putting vinyl letters that have been cut out using CAD and CAM. So we've got some vinyl letters here cut out on the vinyl cutter, and we've got a very basic clock face here, which is a MDF clock face which has been wrapped in white vinyl. And we've got some numbers here. We've got Roman numerals and just ordinary numbers, and these have been prepared, but we're just going to look at preparing these and sticking onto the clock face. So when they're cut from the vinyl cutter, here's a set of Roman numerals. I don't know if it's a full set, but anyway, it's a set, some Roman numerals, and we can see we have to remove this backing material. So sorry, we have to remove the excess material. Now this process we call weeding, and to do this really we just use a scalpel. And what we're going to do is once we've started to peel off the material here, just use your fingernail, or you can use a knife, and then if we bend it back, and what you might need to do is just use the scalpel, try not to lose the positioning of the letters, which I've already done, and you can see there that especially when you've got like the Roman numerals where you need to keep those separate, and I'm just pulling this back at an angle, and what we want to do is watch that this excess material that we're removing, and then we don't miss any of the numbers or numerals, and just manage this. You can see that it's stuck to the knife there. It's important to manage the material that you're weeding off. When you're doing numbers like this, you might find, for example, in the 0 that you need to remove that material later. So I haven't got all the numbers here, but that's fine. We've got that. So that we get rid of, and then you can see there's just a little piece here. And what we can do, as I say, is weeding this out. Just use the tip of the scalpel to lift that out. If you have any letters that reposition, that one there isn't too much of an issue. You can reposition those. So then what we need to do, obviously we want to stick them onto the clock, and we want to stick them on as accurately as possible. Now you could possibly lift these off and maneuver them on, but what we're going to use is this low tack. So the low tack is a sheet of material that is kind of does what it says. It is low stick, clear material. So we're going to put that over the top and press that down, and then using a steel ruler we're just going to trim this up. And careful not to cut into any of the letters. And then I'm just going to give that a good press down, and you can see there we've got our low tack. So we used the low tack material here, stuck it over the top and just trimmed it. Now how that works is when we take our clock face here, now we want to put the numbers on. Now what's quite useful here is to use a bit of masking tape and put the numbers kind of where we think, make a mark, sorry, where we think. So if we take this here and put the masking tape on, and it's 17, so just mark this about halfway. I've just made a little mark there, and I've got my masking tape as well, so we're going to kind of mark here as well. I think you can see that. And then if I'm going to use this number, if I use my scalpel, we'll put these numbers on, and you can see there I've got my number here, and if I take the backing material, if this works, what you need to do is just lift that off sometimes. struggling here with this. There. So we've now got, that was a bit of a fiddle, and it can be sometimes, but you can see I've taken off the backing paper and I've now got my number on the low tack. So I can position this, and I've got my mark here, so I can position that there, and then it's quite important to rub this, make sure you're happy with it, that doesn't look too bad, and then you can peel off the low tack, and there's a number. So that's using low tack and to prepare our numbers and then fitting them onto our clock. Thank you for watching Mr. Ridley's Design and Technology.